Welcome to PANSIGHT webinar. Let us start this slide presentation. As you can see, the topic is how to break mental presence. I request you all to keep your mic muted, and during the presentation, we will have interaction through the chat box. I don't like to give my session as a monologue. It will be a dialogue. And after the presentation will be over at 9 o'clock. The forum will be open for discussion. During that time, yes, you can keep your mic unmuted. Let us start. The cruelest prison of all is the prison of the mind. The hardest prison to escape is your own mind. We are all prisoners of our thoughts. My dear friends, I myself was a prisoner of my own thoughts till the age of, say, 28. And after that, I was able to get freedom from my mental prison. That happened because of self-education. We don't get any training in how to think, especially how to think critically. This formal education, just we learn how to memorize information. And the examinations, they don't assess our thinking skills. They test our memorizing ability. And the medical school also, and I did my MBBS, most of the time, the medical training doesn't assess our thinking skills. For example, if a patient comes with a fever, okay, next question, do you have any skin rash? If there's any skin rash, look at that rash, then you decide whether chicken pox or smallpox or measles. There's a pattern. Check the blood pressure, and the blood pressure is high, okay, give one of these blood pressure medications. Then check that one again. That's all. So thinking skills, we don't get any formal training. Is formal training always necessary? No. Some people are so smart, lot of common sense. They develop that thinking skills from the school of life, from experience. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen often. So I learned some books on thinking. That happened somewhere around the age of 28. That is when that critical thinking skills, when I developed that one, that helped me to break all my mental prisons. You know, what does this picture mean? Sometimes the thing that is holding you back is all in your mind. You can't win. Don't even try. Everybody knows that is. Elephant is a very strong, mighty animal. It can easily break that chain. But what happened there? Or what is happening every day? A baby elephant, when it is tied with a thick metal chain, it will definitely try to break that one. But it doesn't have that much of strength or power to break that one. And in that attempt, what happens? It develops wounds, ulcers, It gives severe pain. So painful experience when the baby elephant tried to break that chain. Then subsequently, the baby elephant believes, I cannot do it. I cannot. It grows up. Now it can, just like that, it won't take even 5 seconds for it to break that chain. It will never try. That is called conditioning or learned helplessness. Is this point clear? I want to make sure that is, when I ask, give response yes or no, the purpose is to ensure that whatever I am sharing with you helps you get a clear picture. You understand everything well. Okay, thank you. So, not just like the elephant, we human beings also, the childhood, some experience. This is where the parenting, poor parenting, is almost 90% of the parents, they don't know how to do a parenting. Teachers also, significant number of teachers, their teaching skills are terrible. Net result, we grow up with all sorts of negative thoughts and negative beliefs. We are strongly conditioned. A conditioned mind is very rigid. It is inflexible. Is this clear? How we ended up in our mental presence? If it is clear, in the chat box put Y. If it's not clear, N. Please be fast. Okay, Srimarji, yes. I want to make sure that at the end of the session. Yes. Good, thank you. Breaking mental presence is neither easy nor impossible. It is possible. Firstly, one must find out the root causes behind the construction of their own mental presence. For that, you need critical thinking skills. Without critical thinking skills, you won't be able to discover the root causes. Secondly, once you discover the root causes, then you must work with the patience and the persistence to break the walls of the presence. That's what I did. It was not easy for me. Not at all easy. It took months of constant and consistent effort to break my own mental presence. So when I'm sharing my personal story, that one should encourage you, motivate you. I'm not talking about somebody, Napoleon Hill said that one, or Dale Carnegie said that one, or this guy said it, or Paulo Coelho said. No, I'm sharing from my own personal experience. There are plenty of books on mental presence. I've just shown you few titles. I know what the caged bird feels, alas. The bird inside a cage, that it knows. That is how life is miserable for that bird, that lack of freedom. The same way, when we are mentally imprisoned, then only we will understand, realize how painful, how miserable it is. Somebody has Srikumarji, KB Srikumar, I would like to make you my co-host so that you can mute the people. If somebody unmutes accidentally. Okay. purpose of this PANSIGHT webinar, every talk must have an objective. Know what is a mental presence. Know the impact of mental presence on life. Know how to escape from mental presence. Definition of presence: a situation or relationship from which it is difficult to escape. A present doesn't have to be an institution. A situation can be a present. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt. Do you know who this guy was? If you don't, please put no, I will explain. Just to put N. If you don't know who this guy FDR was. Don't feel ashamed. No. Ashamed, no. Don't feel, Nisha, don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel ashamed to say that you don't know. Ignorance is not a sin. But staying ignorant, that is a sin. This gentleman, Franklin D. Roosevelt, was American president. And I'll say something more about Franklin Roosevelt after a couple of other slides. He was the president of America for 4 consecutive terms. It was possible then. Now, nobody can be a president for more than 2 terms. He was the president during the World War II. Body shaming creates mental presence. What are the antidotes of body shaming? How many of you know the term body shaming? If you don't know, please put N so that I can explain it more. I don't want to make an assumption because this is a highly heterogeneous group. People are coming from Ramendran. No. Thank you, Ramendran, for being honest. And to admitting ignorance requires courage. And I appreciate that one. Okay, now I will explain what a body shaming is also when I show you some more slides. Presence of negative thoughts. Today I am going to talk about the body shaming also. I am dark because millions of people, especially in India, their skin color is dark. They think that they are inferior. They are not good looking. They are not attractive. Am I right? If I am right, say yes. That is why this Fair and Lovely and other creams, they sell millions of dollars. They make by selling all these fairness creams. I am short. Okay, my height. Again, inferiority feeling. I am unattractive. I am disabled. This is where that FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, he developed polio at the age of 39. He was a politician. He was in active politics. Suddenly, polio, paralysis, and he was in wheelchair. He didn't let that disable him. I cannot. I'm disabled. He contested and he became the American president. That is why his quotation, it makes a lot of sense. Otherwise they'll say, oh, my fate, what can I do? Oh, I developed polio, what can I do? And that is self-pitying and all those things. He won't try anything. He was able to overcome that one. He didn't let those negative thoughts enter his mind and make him a prisoner. I am semi-literate. Plenty of people, they develop the feelings of inferiority because they didn't have any college education degree. They are either middle school or primary school dropouts. They think that, okay, my education is not adequate. It is a negative thought. Look at Dhirubhai Ambani. No college degree. SSLC only. And in Kerala, Achyutanandan, 7th grader. Mada Amritanandabai, 4th grader. They are not prisoners of negative thoughts. Is this interesting and convincing? If it is interesting and convincing, please put Y in the chat box. Yes, Dr. Ashi Jain, Ramendran, yes. So that is why. Nisha, yes, thank you. I am not rich. Oh, this is another thing. They think that they compare themselves with big guys, big shots. Oh, they are millionaires. They have 4 houses. No. If you have enough money to take care of your essential needs, food, clothing, shelter, and your medical needs, just that much money, if you have, you are rich. If you haven't seen my talk, please watch my talk on how to get rich. Otherwise, unnecessarily, we will be prisoners of our own negative thoughts. I belong to lower caste. Yeah, now that is what they are trying to do. Yeah, caste-based census. Caste. How long do you want to create people or make the people feel inferior? Upper caste, lower caste. It's a shame. I'm a failure. If you try something and if you don't succeed, yeah, I'm a failure. I know plenty of people, they give up. When I was doing my MD course, post-graduate in Trivandrum Medical College, a girl who was just 1 year senior to me, so academically bright, brilliant. And during her whole life, she didn't fail in any exams. In the MD examination, when she attempted, she failed. She didn't take the exam second time and she quit. That's the point. Yes, she never learned how to face adversity. Okay, FDR, sitting in a wheelchair, disabled physically, not mentally. He was physically disabled, but not mentally. But unfortunately, millions of people, they are not physically disabled, but they are mentally handicapped. That is Helen Keller. Deaf, dumb, and mute. Not one disability, 3 disabilities. But she never let that screw up her mind. Became very successful. She visited more than 80 countries. She visited India also. And she was conferred with many honorary doctorates. Helen Keller. These are all the real life stories. And I frequently, that is, if at all, if I feel a little down, see our mood, you feel depressed or something like that, I immediately think about Helen Keller. If she can, in spite of all these things, by God's grace, I'm lucky. I should not feel miserable. Undapakru. On his right side is daughter, left side is wife. Beautiful wife. Undapakru for Dr. Ashish Jain is a Malayalam movie actor. His height is less than 3 feet. His wife is 5 feet and 6 inches or something like that. His daughter is also taller than him. No inferiority feelings. One should learn a lot of real life lessons in how to succeed, how to break the mental presence from this actor, Undapakru. His name has gone into the Guinness Book of Records. Look at his wife also. No inferiority complex. She is very comfortable. Marrying this guy who is very short. Do you know who this guy is? If you don't know, put N. Chat box. Ashish Jain knows. Yes. Thank you, Ashish. What about? Should I assume that everybody knows this name? Ramendran? No. Don't remember? Srimarji? Okay. That gentleman, his name is Ganesh Acharya. He is a highly successful choreography in the Bollywood movie industry. He has composed dances for nearly 200 movies. Right now, look at his size. He was not like that one, but gradually he became very obese. Body shaming? No. It didn't happen with him. And Ram Charan, that is actor, Ram Charan, choreography, coaching. So we have to learn lessons from these people. That is EMS Namboodiripad. He is addressing an audience. Hundreds of people gathered to listen to EMS Namboodiripad. A man with a handicap. Stammering. And people without any stammering, they are afraid to be a public speaker. Millions of people don't have the confidence and courage to talk before an audience. But Namboodiripad, no. Is it convincing that? These examples, these are all the real life examples. Next time, if you have some kind of an audience phobia, stage fright, mentally visualize Namboodiripad. That will break that mental prison. That mental prison immediately will be shattered once you visualize EMS Namboodiripad. Obama, the first black president of USA. Many people, millions thought that it is not possible. If you are black, forget about it. No. He didn't let that negative thought control his mind. And he won the election, not only once, but 2 consecutive terms. Rajinikanth, look at this. The superstar. He is now 73 years old, bald, with the grey hair and everything. He is still a superstar, and he gets, I think, in the top 5, the highest paid actors. His color is dark. No, nothing. So these are the things the girls and boys, when they do that body shaming, their own negative thoughts. Okay, I am not fair, I am not tall, I am not this one. Look at these personalities. That will help you break your mental presence. So if somebody asks me, Dr. Reddiar, you gave a talk on mental presence. You didn't tell how to. This is how to. My dear friend, this is how to break the mental presence. This is what I did. Long time back, I told you, I used to suffer from the mental presence. My skin is dark. And again, at that time, when somebody compares saying that, he is very fair, or that his cousin is very fair, I immediately used to feel, okay, I'm inferior. And I was able to overcome. The Rajinikanth helped me a lot. When Rajinikanth in 1980, somewhere around 1980, when he became a superstar, style man, oh yes, if Rajinikanth can, so why should I? And I had that public, that is the phobia, audience phobia, glossophobia. And when critical thinking, if EMS can, why can't I? If EMS can, why can't I? I can. I overcame that phobia. Is this clear? I have shared my own personal story. Presence of negative emotions. Earlier, I talked about thoughts. Thoughts can lead to emotions or feelings. Guilt feeling, hate, anger, greed, ambition, unrealistic high ambition, fear, phobia. Now, during the COVID season, millions of people, they were prisoners of this negative emotion, fear. My dear friends, some of you may be aware, I didn't take even a single dose of that COVID vaccine. And here, mask wearing was not mandatory except for a couple of months. I never wore mask. I didn't buy even one N95 mask. I used to go out for my walk and everything. I didn't let myself be a prisoner of the negative emotion, fear. I'm talking on the basis of my own personal experience. Fear will paralyze many people. Anxiety, regret, grief, and jealousy. During the discussion, I'll be glad to, if you ask more questions, if you want me to give more examples, I can do that one. Right now, I cannot go into the depth of it because of the time constraint. People who enjoy mental freedom, can you guess? Okay, I'm curious. Can you guess certain people in certain professions? They are not mental prisoners. Can you guess in the chat box? Type in. I'm interested to see how many of you are able to identify. No response? Right is okay, Srimarji. Yes, you are right. You are right. Then, anybody else? Okay. Let us move on. Politicians, not even a single career politician, not even a single career politician. I use the word career politician. Manmohan Singh was not a career politician. Not even a single career politician is afraid of failure, is afraid of criticism, is afraid of death threat. When you are in a position, you may get threat to a life. Do you agree? Politicians, do you agree with my observation? If you agree, say yes. If you agree. Yes. Ashi Jainji, yes. Yes, partially agree. Okay. And during the discussion, Nishaji, stay around and I would like to know why you partially disagree. Royji, and then the second category, hardcore criminals, serial rapists, serial killers. Are they afraid of anything? Getting imprisoned? Nothing. If a serial rapist is arrested and sentenced to imprisonment for 20 years, and in between he gets a bail and he comes out and he may go and rape somebody. We have seen plenty of incidents. So serial criminals, hardcore criminals, nothing. Mentally they are not imprisoned. Physically you may be able to put them inside a prison, but mentally they are not. Entrepreneurs, Ambani, Adani, Steve Jobs, they are not afraid of criticism, failure, risk-taking, everything. And here I would like to share a personal story. My own father, a 4th grader, never suffered from inferiority complex. And he was smarter than many of these guys with the MBA qualification, just like Dhirubhai Ambani. First business is opened a shop some 75 years back in Trivandrum, modern stores. It was shut down. Failure. Did he give up? No. Then he started another business. Everybody's closed stores. That one also closed. Every time it closed, he comes to the street. He was not. He didn't inherit a lot of wealth or anything. Third time, good morning stores. That shop is now 68 years old. Entrepreneur. Learning from failures. Not afraid to take risk again. I learned a lot of lessons from my own father. I am not afraid of any failure. I am not afraid of criticism. I used to be afraid of criticism long time back. If somebody says something negative about me or any criticize, oh, I used to feel, then now, no. Everybody is entitled to have his or her own opinion. I won't let myself miserable because of that negative criticism. Inventors. Typical example, Edison. Hundreds of attempts failed before he succeeded in finding the right filament for the electric bulb. There are numerous similar stories. So an inventor, they are not mental prisoners. In the same way, discoverers also. That Columbus, Cook, Marco Polo, all these people, they are not afraid of failure. They don't have any negative thoughts or negative emotions. Then scientists. Negative thoughts generate inferiority feelings and inferiority complex. Inferiority feelings create depression and anxiety. What is an inferiority complex? This inferiority complex, that one was conceived by a Scottish psychologist, Dr. Alfred Adler. According to the American Psychological Association, an inferiority complex is characterized by constant feelings of inadequacy or insecurity in your daily life due to a belief that you are physically or mentally inferior to others, whether such belief is based on a rational assessment or not. Is this clear? Is this clear? If it is clear, put in the chat box yes, because you need to understand this one clearly. Yes, Srimarji, yes, Nishaji, yes, yes, thank you. Irrational comparisons from a prejudiced mind operate behind inferiority complex. In my session, most of these the content which I share, they are not from any textbook. I don't simply cut and paste my own original thinking. In a previous talk, I told you, my hobby is thinking. Thinking is my hobby. Some people's hobby is swimming or listening to music. My main hobby is thinking. I read, collect information, and I think. So that is why all those, the earlier slide, that is my own thinking, the product of my own thinking, politicians, inventors, discoverers, not from any book. I believe that there is no improvement if you have an inferiority complex and victim mentality. He is a South Korean songwriter and singer, Kim Nam-joon. You will never be free until you free yourself from the prison of your own false thoughts. Philip Arnold. This is Jiddu Krishnamurti, the world famous philosopher. As long as the mind clings to a belief, it is held in a prison. 5 invisible jailers. This is again my own, not from any particular book. Irrational beliefs. Unrealistic goals. Unrealistic dreams. Perfection paralysis. Unhealthy comparison and competition. That perfection paralysis. I know there are plenty of people with the OCD. Today I happened to listen to a talk by a psychologist and OCD, Dr. Ashish Jain was also present. Dr. Ashish Jain, are you still here? You were present during that presentation about the OCD.
Yes, sir, I was there.
Yeah, they are perfectionists. They won't do anything unless it is completely clean. They keep on washing their hands, washing their dishes, washing this one, checking the lock, everything. This perfectionism is a big time, it will create a big prison. And I've seen many people, they don't succeed in life. They don't grow because of that perfectionism. They postpone many things. Let us wait. If I do something, I want to make sure that it is perfect. No way. They don't do anything. They don't accomplish anything in the life. They are the prisoners of their own, that perfectionism. Is this clear? If it is clear, say yes. And I am not sure whether you have had the opportunity to live with somebody who is a perfectionist. I had the opportunity. I know. Live with, work with people who are perfectionist. I'm not a perfectionist. My son will say. My son is here now. I'm not at all. I always try to make sure that whatever I do is excellent. I strive for excellence, not for perfection. Prescription for breaking mental prisons is again my own prescription. Stop wanting to be like others. Be you. That is where the comparison comes. Stop. Be you. You are unique. Everybody is unique. Stop worrying about what others will think. This is a common, a negative, thought process. ഞാൻ ഈ ചെയ്യുന്ന 4 പേര് എന്ത് പറയും? ഈ 4 പേര് ആരൊക്കെയാണെന്ന് കാണിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞുകൂടാ. ഈ 4 പേര് ഇൻവിസിബിൾ. 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे? That is debilitating. Stop worrying about what others will think. വിചാരിച്ചോട്ടെ എനിക്കെന്ത്. Politicians, are they? Politicians കുറിച്ച് എത്ര മീഡിയ, സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയ, ആ മീഡിയ എല്ലാത്തിലും, even our own chief minister or the Modi or the sabse bada brog kya kahenge log, and then Prime Minister Modi, Rahul Gandhi, millions and millions of people they criticize. Are they worried? Do they care about that one? No. They do what they think, what is right in their mind. Learn from them. I used to worry about what others will think. Because my mother, that is a bad negative quality I inherited or acquired from my mother. My mother is always a constant pleasing everybody. My father was not like that. And again, at the age of 28, yes, I stopped. If he thinks negative about me, okay. So what? I don't care. Surround yourself with positive people. That is why the satsangam. With the negative people, they will be ready to pull you down. Positive people, they motivate you, they encourage you, they support you. Empower yourself through self-education. This is extremely important. Plenty of people, they don't, after their college education, they don't read any self-development books. All they do is read some newspapers or watch some TV news, and they waste that invaluable resource, the time. Obama, he reads nearly 25 to 50 books every year. Same, Bill Gates, Infosys, Narayana Murthy. I also developed that habit, but not 25 to 50 new books, but I do read many books, especially when for my talk every time. Every week I end up reading, not the whole book, at least select chapters. So that is how you empower. And another thing, my dear friends, knowledge is power. That statement is incomplete. Only applied knowledge is power. Many people, they know, but they don't put the knowledge into practice. I always, whatever I learn, I put into practice. Unapplied knowledge is useless. Self-education. Fear can hold the prisoner. Hope can set you free. If I have 1,000 ideas and only one turns out to be good, I am satisfied. Here also, some people, some of my friends, hey, you are doing the webinar, right? Okay, every week, are you getting paid? Are you getting paid? I said, no. Then what is the point in giving such talk? You are wasting your time and everything. You must be charged. Their mindset is totally different. Money, 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 money. Nothing else. They don't realize happiness doesn't come from just having money. Your bank balance, suppose, is 50 lakhs. Yeah, happy. 1 crore. Yeah, more happy. Suppose 3 crores. Can the happiness go on increasing? No. But the real happiness is when you find that you are able to help somebody and you are able to help some people succeed in their life. In the past 3 years, I know that at least some 10 to 12 people. I don't like exaggeration. Exaggeration, നൂറുകണക്കിന് പേര് പറയും, ഓരോരുത്തർ പറയും നൂറുകണക്കിന്. No, 10 or 12 people. They contacted me by WhatsApp or talked to me and they presented their some problems and they asked for my suggestion or guidance. And some of them, they put them into practice. Not everybody. കൊള്ളാം, പക്ഷേ pache. The moment I hear the pache, I know that this guy is not going to try. He is looking for an excuse. And I'm moon count him. Yes, but the moment after yes, the moment the but comes, it is negative. So if he say yes, butter 3 times, then I will stop wasting my time on such person. There are other people who listened to me and took my advice. They succeeded. That gives me immense gratification. So even if 100 people listen to me, maybe 3 or 4. Just think that Alfred Nobel, his quotation, that is, if I have 1,000 ideas and only one turns out to be good, I am satisfied. I paraphrase that one. If there are 100 attendees, if 2 or 3 people, they are able to use the knowledge or information I share and they succeed, I am satisfied. Upcoming talks. How to get mental peace. How to cure disease phobia. Disease phobia. My goodness, I am a medical doctor. Oh, almost every day, some of my contacts, they contact me. Oh, I'm having fever. I'm having this one. I did this test. I'm having a headache. Oh, what should I do? Fear, fear, fear. Too much of a fear. And they themselves do this self-diagnosis by consulting Dr. Google or based on the WhatsApp University. They make their lives a hell. Disease phobia. This is extremely common in Kerala. Why Kerala? Kerala is the highest rate of literacy. They can read and think, but they cannot think. They can read and write, but they don't know how to think. When it comes to thinking skills, the so-called literate Malayalis are terrible. And they brag, Prabuddha Kerala, Prabuddha. നോക്കുകൂലി വാങ്ങിക്കുന്ന പ്രബുദ്ധ കേരളം പ്രബുദ്ധ. So this disease phobia, yes, I thought it is high time I must give a talk on the various kinds of fears about different diseases. My dear friends, now I'm going to stop this presentation. It's not even 9 o'clock. So time management, I'm really good at managing the time. Now in the next 7 minutes, before I go into the real discussion starts after 9 o'clock. The next 7 minutes, if anybody wants to ask a question, they can unmute and ask me and make sure that the question is brief. Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, in the mental prison, you mentioned one point. Ambition is a mental prison. I just want to know how ambition becomes mental prison.
Very good question, Ashiji. Unrealistic ambition.
Okay, unrealistic ambition.
Yeah, realistic. You have to take into consideration your abilities, your skills. But some people, no. For example, a pretty girl. The girl may be very beautiful. And she wants to become an actress or a heroine. But she lacks that acting talent. Get my point?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Her ambition is unrealistic.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Many people, they don't take into consideration that. First of all, if you want to succeed, you must enhance your that intellectual asset through self-education. Then you try. Yes, you'll be successful.
Sure,
Or
sir.
after the age of some 50, if you want to just to go and participate in marathon and be a first, no, it is not going to happen. You have to take into consideration that the physical system.
And mentally think of, but you cannot physically go on there.
Yes,
That's
mental system
unrealistic
and all those
ambition.
acting.
That's
acting
unrealistic
talent.
ambition.
Yeah. And many people, they think that, okay, they can write very well. That doesn't mean that you can write a very good story. That's a totally different. You can speak very well. That doesn't mean that you can be a good singer. So those are the things. Unrealistic ambition.
It's like that a bathroom singer tries to enter into Bollywood or some kind of thing.
Right,
That's unrealistic ambition.
right,
Absolutely clear.
right.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else? We have 4 more minutes.
And one thing, sir, I wrote that was misspelled actually. But you were saying that what people say, we don't have to take care of that. What people will say. That is the phrase in Hindi, सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग.
Yes.
That's a disease.
But at the same time, at the same time, listen to what they say. But don't worry about that one.
Yeah, of course, sir.
Listen to what they say. Then use the critical thinking skills to find out whether there is any fact or there is any truth. A feedback or a criticism. If somebody says, hey, that is your talk, but when you didn't show enough justice, or you were too fast, or you are not, you used terms, there were some kind of a jargon. Yes. That one, yes, that is a right, this one, correct them. So there the criticism, a constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism must be there. Take it that way.
Right, that way. But unfortunately, in real life, most of the criticisms, they are destructive.
Destructive, not constructive. Yes, you're right, sir.
If there are
my thinking is like that. If I am going on a way and wearing my clothes of my like, and what will the other person think? That's his problem. That's not mine. What he will think, that's his problem. Na? Why should I take care of that? He will see what he will think. It's his problem, not mine. I am enjoying my thing.
Okay, Ashish ji.
Let others ask
I was working in the medical college service as an assistant professor in 1992, and I was 40, and I decided to leave that job and go abroad for MRCP, an American Board of Internal Medicine Examinations qualifications. Not even one person, they encouraged me. They said that you are crazy, you are 40, and you have to, long time back, that is, you must have forgotten about gynecology, surgery, everything. You have been practicing general medicine. But this exam tests 13 different subjects. So it is impossible. You cannot do all these things. And you are going to waste your time, money, everything. But no, my confidence in my own abilities. I went and took the exams. I passed all the exams in the first attempt. Now I am in the USA because I didn't let myself be inside that mental prison. That mental prison is, I cannot do. And what others will think. And what others, this one. Like that. So
you believed in yourself, sir.
Exactly. So that is where. So I welcome you all for my next session, how to get mental peace. And there are plenty of webinars about happiness, and mental peace again by yoga, meditation, positive affirmation. No. Mental peace, if you want to get, there are certain other things you need to do. and you'll learn that one from my talk on next week. So I'm going to stop the recording, but still we'll continue the discussion. I'm stopping the recording.